Written in 1880s, though somewhat obscure, the play Bear by Anton Chekhov is a humorous comedy written on human relationships through exaggerated human emotions like anger and love. Chekhov raises various issues related to the background settings in pre-revolutionary Russia here. The effect of money and wealth on human lives and emancipation of women are two of the major themes in it. In this video, we are going to discuss how the theme emancipation of women demonstrated through characters and actions in the drama. What actually means emancipation? It means getting free from the influence or power from someone or something. In pre-revolutionary Russia, what was the plight of women? From whom should they be liberated? To find answer for those questions, we have to observe the history of Russia. Before 1917 revolution, the Russian society was divided into layers. The Tsar government was the head and they governed the society. And in the bottom layer, there were peasants and farmers. Majority of the society was consisted of peasants in rural backwardness. Above them were the landowners who had some power over the below layer of the society. In the Tsarist Russia, the plight of women was not that favorable. They had never been given equal rights. Women were treated as the property of men. The society was extremely patriarchal, where women had a lesser identity. Not only that, according to Tsarist law, women were not much more than men's slaves. By law, husbands had the right to beat their wives. Majority of women were illiterate. They were given education for a small period of time and taken away from that. They were made to work at homes and factories at average of 12 to 14 years of age, or even earlier. They had to work 18 hours for a meager wage. In such kind of setting that the play was written. So we can understand why Smirnov behaved in such a dominating and boorish way before Popova. He openly insults her and takes no heed of her mental condition. This should be the reflection of social attitude towards women. However, the reaction of Popova is interesting in this kind of setting. It not only pays for a better anticlimax, but also persuades our theme, women's emancipation, breaking away from the patriarchal grip. The determination and fighting against the superior power as a softer sex, Popova proves to be radical and rebellious. Let us see how and what are some of the significant places that proves the treatments toward women and how the story moves favorably toward the theme of women's emancipation. Popova's rejection of Smirnov's words of humiliation is the first step of the protest against male chauvinism. Okay, let's look at the quotation. Okay, after reading the quotation, we can understand how Popova implores her necessity to be addressed politely. The utterances are an open request from the oppressive patriarchal agents to treat women with honor. On the contrary, Smirnov believes in the social conventions and confirms that he speaks in the correct manner. For his response, the rage reply of Popova is an open slap to male superiority, calling that only indecent, ill-bred people can treat women with disrespect. The emergence of a new social convention is introduced through the male voice of Smirnov. See the quotation. In the quotation, we can see that Smirnov admits that he was used to have discussion with women about emancipation. That reveals that there had been a necessity from both parties of the emancipation of women. In the period of revolution, Lenin, who was a leading figure in it, declared that women engaging in labor in factories had had a positive effect on women to be free from the patriarchal grip in the household. So the utterance of Smirnov may be a hint of that social outbreak of the new idea of equal rights. Smirnov keep on insulting women in general, calling them as inconsistent and unfaithful. Let's see how he attributes a list of characteristics to women. after reading the quotation, we can see his disrespectful and degrading attitude towards women may be his negative personal encounters with women, or it may be the projection of social convention about the women. On the other hand, it may be a script written by a patriarchal society to suppress women psychologically, to heighten the superiority of men. There might be other reasons like to cover up the wrong practices of male and rationalize what they do is correct, etc. It is to this injustice Popova stands against. Okay, let's see how she objects the ideas of Smirnov. Here she bitterly rejects the ideas of Smirnov that the man is the only one who is faithful and constant in love. As we discussed earlier, this could be the common projection created by the society to condition female psychologically. It is like how women never trust them. That's their nature. By nature they are infidel, untrustworthy, etc. Popova rejects this idea, giving her own life example. Though she had been a loyal wife, her husband had been deceiving her throughout their entire marriage life. It is radical but socially unacceptable move taken by Popova to speak against her own husband, whom she still loves. But this defiant move suggests the rejection of injustice upon them, shattering the patriarchal social convention in order to break free. The role reversal in the play is an important juncture in the play where Smirnov has to request from Popova to be quiet. Okay, let's see the quotation first. After looking at the quotation, we can see during his speech, he shows that it is the usual way that women to be quiet before a speech of a man, even it is an insult. And further, it reveals that men can speak straight out, but not the women. This reveals the patriarchal power men had under the Tsar government. In that sense, Popova taking the part of the doer and start shouting at Smirnov, leaving he the only option to request. That reveals the rebellion unleashed by the women against the male chauvinism. At the climax of the Popova's rage, she takes the total control of insulting, calling Smirnov a bear. Okay, let's see the quotation. This had been an unexpected blow on the part of Smirnov, who had been handling the superior power up to now. This question, what right do you have to insult me, reveals the legal power of insulting possessed by the man at that time. As we mentioned earlier, it was a Tsarist law that husbands can beat their wives. Popova acts totally opposite way that social convention expect. This rebellious nature of her can be seen throughout the play. Therefore, we can understand Chekhov's use of characterization to light the sparkle of women's emancipation in the society. At the climax of the play, Smirnov accepts women's equality of rights and further implies that to earn that they have to fight. Let's see it in the quotation. We can see in the quotation Popova accepting the duel against Smirnov, though she does not know how to use pistols, showing her determination, which amazes Smirnov. He then considers Popova as an equal sex, which gives Popova an equal state and acceptance. So this is a deciding moment of the play that Smirnov shows his willingness for women's emancipation and start loving her because of her courage and boldness. Though simple and humorous, there is a rebellious move by Anton Chekhov during the period of pre-revolutionary where women had only a little identity. So we hope that the theme women's emancipation is clear to you by now. If you have any problem, you can comment below, or you can go to our blog and read further about this. Share the article if you find this is useful. If you are new, you can subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to receive a notification as soon as we release a new video. Okay, until the next video, bye bye.